What if someone says something to you in English and you do not understand it at all? Not one word, not the meaning, nothing. And in that moment, you want to ask again, but you feel shy. You do not want to look confused. You do not want to sound rude. You do not want the conversation to become awkward. So what do?
Oh yes, that feeling is so real. Sometimes a person speaks very fast. Sometimes the sound is not clear. Sometimes your brain just freezes for a moment. And suddenly you are smiling, but inside you are thinking, I have no idea what this person just said.
And today, we are going to help with exactly that. We'll show you what to say when you don't understand in English, in a calm, polite, natural way.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Speak English with Sam and Lily.
This is the place where we help you speak English in a way that feels real, useful, and human.
Hi Sam, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. A little sleepy, to be honest, but good. I had tea this morning, so now I feel more alive. And you? How are you, Lily?
I'm good too. A little busy, but happy. The weather is lovely today. It feels calm outside, and that always puts me in a better mood.
Yes, I know what you mean. Sunny weather makes even difficult things feel a little easier.
Well, maybe not all difficult things, because something awkward happened to me earlier today.
Oh, really? What happened?
I stopped at a cafe this morning. It was busy. There were people everywhere. The music was on, coffee machines were making noise, and the person behind the counter asked me something very quickly.
Ah, yes, that kind of moment.
Yes, and I smiled, but I did not catch what they said. For 1 second, I thought, should I just guess? Should I just say yes? Should I pretend I understood?
That is always dangerous. You say yes, and suddenly you have ordered something completely different.
Exactly. That is exactly the fear.
And this is why this topic matters so much, because these moments are small, but they happen all the time. In cafes, at work, in class, on the phone, with friends, with strangers.
And when they happen, many learners panic. But actually, you do not need a big answer. You just need one calm sentence.
Yes, one calm sentence is enough.
And before we keep going, if you enjoy these kinds of real-life English conversations, please like the video.
And subscribe to Speak English with Sam and Lily for more easy English podcast episodes.
And if you know someone who feels nervous speaking English in real life, share this episode with them.
Okay, let's go back to that cafe moment. The barista says something quickly. You miss it. What can you say?
The easiest answer is often just, sorry?
Yes, very short, very common, very natural. And notice, it sounds much softer than just saying what.
Yes, what can sound a little sharp sometimes, but sorry sounds much more polite.
Another great one is, could you say that again?
That one is especially useful when you want to sound a little more complete, and it works almost everywhere, in a cafe, at work, at school, at the doctor, anywhere.
And I really like this one too. I didn't catch that.
Yes, that phrase is very natural. It does not mean you are stupid, it just means you missed the sound or the words.
So if the barista says something too quickly, you can simply say, sorry, I didn't catch that.
And that is actually what I said. And you know what happened? The person just smiled and repeated the question more slowly. No problem, no drama.
That is such an important thing for listeners to hear. Most people do not get angry when you ask to repeat. Usually, they just repeat it.
Yes, sometimes the fear in our mind is bigger than the real situation.
Now, let's move to another place where this happens all the time. At work.
Oh yes, especially when people are busy, walking fast, and speaking quickly.
Imagine this. You're at work, a coworker passes by and says something quickly while carrying papers or walking to another room. You hear some of the words, but not enough.
Yes, that is the worst kind sometimes, because you catch maybe 3 words, but not the meaning.
In that moment, you can say, could you repeat that? Or, sorry, I didn't quite understand.
That little word, quite, is nice here. It makes the sentence sound a little softer and more natural.
Yes, I didn't understand is okay, but I didn't quite understand sounds a little gentler.
And if the problem is speed, you can say, "Can you say that a little more slowly?"
That sentence is gold. Very useful, very polite, and very clear.
I remember once someone at work explained something to me very quickly. My brain was trying to follow, but I was getting lost. So I smiled and said, "Sorry, can you say that a little more slowly?" And again, it was completely fine.
Yes, that is the thing. Asking clearly is usually much better than pretending.
And speaking of pretending, we should talk about that too.
Yes, the famous smile and nod method.
Exactly. Every learner knows that method.
Someone says something fast, you do not understand, you smile, you nod, you say yes, and then 5 minutes later, you realize you agreed to something.
Yes, that is so real, and sometimes it becomes a much bigger problem later.
So this is important. It is usually better to ask again than to pretend too much.
Yes, and if you are feeling more confused than usual, you can say, "I'm sorry, I'm a little confused."
That is a great phrase. It sounds honest and very human.
Or, "I'm not following."
Yes, that means I cannot follow the meaning right now. It is very useful in meetings, class, or longer explanations.
That brings us to another stressful place, classrooms or meetings.
Yes, because in those situations there are other people around, and that can make the pressure feel even bigger.
Imagine a teacher says something or asks you a question and everyone else seems to understand, but you do not. That moment can feel very lonely.
Yes, but again, you do not need to panic. You just need one calm phrase.
For example, "Sorry, could you explain that again?"
Or, I'm not sure I understood.
Or even, "Can you give me an example?"
That last one is very useful because sometimes you understand the words, but not the idea, and an example makes everything clearer.
I really want listeners to remember this. Not understanding one sentence does not mean your English is bad. It just means you missed one sentence.
Exactly. You do not need to panic. One missed sentence is not a disaster.
Now let's move to something even harder, phone calls.
Yes, phone calls are difficult because you lose the face, the mouth, the body language, all the extra clues that help you understand.
Imagine the phone rings, you answer, the line is not clear, the person speaks quickly, and now you are trying to understand only with your ears.
In that moment, you can say, "The line is not very clear."
Or, "I'm sorry, I didn't hear that properly."
Or again, "Could you say that again, please?"
That word properly is useful here. It means clearly or correctly. So, "I didn't hear that properly" sounds very natural on the phone.
Now, let's talk about a tiny word that learners use a lot. What?
Yes, the famous what?
Now, what is not always wrong. People do say it, but depending on your tone, it can sound a little sharp.
So, if you want to sound softer, better choices are, "Sorry? Sorry, what was that? I didn't catch that."
These sound much more natural in polite conversation.
But with close friends, things can sound more casual. Imagine your friend is excited and talking very fast. They're telling you a story, laughing, moving quickly, and you only understand half of it.
With a friend, you can say, "Wait, say that again? Slow down a little. I got the first part, but not the rest."
That last one is great because it tells the other person, "I understood something, but not everything."
Okay, let's do one full story now. A real misunderstanding from beginning to end.
Yes, let's do it in a cafe first.
"Hi, what can I get for you? And do you want that for here or to go?"
"Sorry, I didn't catch that."
"No problem. Do you want your coffee for here or to go?"
"Oh, to go, please."
And there it is. No panic, no problem. Just one calm sentence.
Now let's do one at work.
Hey, can you send me that file before lunchtime and check the other thing too?
Sorry, could you repeat that a little more slowly?
Sure. Can you send me that file before lunchtime and also check the other report?
Yes, got it. Thanks.
Again, very natural and very useful.
So, what have we really learned today?
We learned that you do not need to panic when you miss something.
We learned that one calm phrase is often enough.
We learned that it is better to ask again than to pretend too much.
And we learned that simple English works best in these moments.
And remember, not understanding sometimes is normal. It happens to every learner. It even happens to strong learners.
Yes, one missed word, one missed sentence, one confusing moment does not mean failure.
You do not need perfect English when you get confused. You just need one calm sentence.
And now we want to hear from you.
Which phrase from today do you want to remember most?
Or tell us, which situation is hardest for you? Phone calls, cafes, work, fast-speaking friends?
We love reading your comments, and it's a great way to practice real English.
And if this episode helped you, share it with one friend today.
And don't forget to subscribe to Speak English with Sam and Lily if you're new here.
Thank you so much for listening today. We believe in you. Keep practicing. You can do this.
See you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.